Track storms to alert you first. This is KIMT Storm Team 3. Weather coverage you can count on.
Welcome back on this very fall-like Tuesday, everyone. And as we take a look outside, Mason City, Rochester, showing a similar scene. We do have some clouds still in play, but sunshine is moving through. You can start to see Mason City beginning to light up, and eventually we're all going to be enjoying a lot more of that sunshine. In fact, if I were to change the camera direction here in Rochester to maybe more north viewing, we would see a bit more of that blue sky. Temperatures pretty similar, a little warmer in Mason City, not surprising. Farther south you go, you are going to find some naturally warmer temperatures. We're at 65 there in Mason City, 62 in Rochester, and across the map we're seeing 60s, which is good. We are starting to see this warming trend despite temperatures being a little cooler than they were this time yesterday for many of us. Once we get that sunshine back in play, we'll start to see temperatures just a little warmer as we enter later into the afternoon. Right now we are looking at highs near 71 degrees. Moving over to satellite and radar, and we can see why it's a little cooler. We've been dealing with this weaker cold front helping to push in some of the rain from this morning, which stayed predominantly along 35 as it started to move eastward, interacting with some drier air, and we're seeing the result right here. So let's zoom into some of these areas where we're seeing more of the light green color, not really rain hitting the ground, maybe some virga that you're seeing off in the distance, drying up before it officially hits the ground. We're even starting to see some of the clouds clear up along at 35 here, places like Owatonna and Rochester showing those clouds thin. Moving a little further to the south over the last 3 hours, Mason City, seeing a little of that rainfall, very little though, some sprinkles at most. And as we carry on, just doing what the one further to the north was, dissipating, fizzling out. Sky Tracker 3 here will show that there are some balloon clouds possible. That's what we see when we see these green spots kind of just appear on the map like that very quickly. It means that the clouds may have some moisture in them, but rain chances are very unlikely. We'll just start to see them bubble up, and they look very much like summer clouds, those big thick ones, the cumulus clouds that we see. By 5 p.m., most of us will have more sunshine in play, and by the time the sun has set, 10 p.m., we are back to mostly clear skies. So overall, not a bad day to get out and do some yard work. I don't think many of our lawns are looking quite like this yet when it comes to the leaves on the ground. Maybe there's a few. We still have time to mow out there for sure, as we won't be seeing snowfall for a long time. You know, fingers crossed on that one. The temperatures will be perfect, as I mentioned, leveling off around 71 today, which is right where we should be. But we keep on climbing. The trend shows that as we get into our Wednesday, mostly sunny skies will allow temperatures to go above average. So we're getting above that 70-degree mark. Highs will be nearing the 80-degree mark for both Thursday and Friday. And yes, we continue to keep an eye on the tropics. Tropical storm Helene, so yesterday was not a named storm yet, is still looking to make landfall in Florida's Big Bend as a Category 3. Very important to note as you see the track starting to make more of a northwestern trend. That could impact us this weekend. The 7-day forecast for the weekend is always in view. Doesn't show a lot of that here for the weekend quite yet. And there's still that chance that those rain chances that we're seeing there could go up. As of right now, just some cloudy skies.
All right. Well, Sarah, you were talking about doing that yard work, of course, here. It's that time. But, you know, before you